Hello and welcome back. My name is Hannah. This is Jar of Fireflies, and here I make videos all about my life as an Orthodox Jewish homeschooling mother of 3. And today it's Friday and we are getting ready for Shabbat. Okay, you guys, let me just start out by saying that it is the most beautiful day ever outside. It is sunny and cool. There's like a little bit of a breeze. I've got all the windows in the house open and I could not be happier. It's like fall is here, kind of, because we get like 2 days of fall in Texas, but I'll take it. It's not 100 degrees outside, nor is it 14. Anyways, okay, so like I said, today is Friday, so we are getting ready for Shabbat. Today's probably gonna be a fairly easy day for Shabbat. Let me tell you guys how this all went down. Okay, so earlier this week, we got invited out to dinner tonight. Thrilled, so happy. It's neighbors right around the corner, so we're gonna walk there. It'll be a super easy walk tonight. I can't wait. We love these folks, so it's gonna be a super fun meal, and I don't have to cook or do anything for tonight, so that is fantastic. I don't even have to set the table. I know. All right, and we were planning to just have a quiet meal for tomorrow, meaning that I did not get around to inviting anybody for lunch tomorrow, so there were no guests for lunch tomorrow, and by the time it got to last night, I was like, we'll just have another quiet meal. It's been kind of nice, these quiet meals. I've been kind of enjoying them. But then somebody called us and asked if we could invite somebody else who needed a meal, but it was like a single one person. Well, that can sometimes be just a little bit awkward, especially because we don't know this person at all. So I told my husband, I was like, quick, try to find somebody else who can come to a meal, invite this person, see who can come, and then we can invite the other person too, and it'll be fine, because there'll be more than just the one person there. Okay. So I'm going to get ready for bed, and I still don't know if we're having guests for lunch or not, because that does affect my day today. If we're having guests, then I'll make a dessert. If we're not having guests, probably not gonna bother. Then my husband comes in late last night. He tells me that one of the people that he invited was able to come. So then I was like, okay, great. Call back the other person, get them here too. So anyways, now we're having 2 guests for Shabbat lunch. That'll be fun. But other than that, we're planning to pretty much spend the day at home. I'll probably end up taking the kids to the park after lunch on Shabbat on Saturday. And we got our Guess Who game, which is still in the package. It's behind me here on the table. I do need to put that together at some point later today. We had so much fun with that last weekend at our tiny house Shabbat adventure. And so I ordered it for the kids, and it came like the next day, but I didn't want to open it yet because there was just too much going on in the house this week. There were piles and piles of laundry. There was dishes, and my husband was smoking fish this week, which yum, but mess. And just, I don't know, there was just a lot going on. I felt like I could never keep the floors clean. The weather's been so beautiful that the kids have been outside pretty much constantly, which means they're constantly tracking dirt back inside. I also just kind of ignored a lot of the housework this week, and I spent a lot of time out in the garden. I weeded flower beds out front. I weeded 2 whole garden beds out back, kind of ignoring the 3rd one because there isn't anything actually growing in it except for some leftover zinnias, but they can kind of just do their thing. I'm not even planning on picking them. So anyways, that's kind of been my week, recovering from our trip. So anyways, that's kind of been my week. I felt like I was recovering from the trip and just kind of soaking up the sunshine and the beautiful weather that we had this week, the kids and I both. So anyways, I am gonna get in and start working on my day. A little bit of cleanup here around the house. I really need to mop the floors because while my husband was smoking the fish, there ended up being whatever sticky substance dripped all over the floor. He did his best to clean it up, but when I was walking around barefoot this morning, I was like, oh, that's gross. Because I kept stepping on little sticky drops of like maple syrup or something. I don't know. Oh, and Shabbat starts so much earlier these days. So like during the summer, Shabbat will start at like what, 8 o'clock or something, 8:30 even? I don't know, pretty late. And now we're getting towards winter. So Shabbat is starting now around 6:30-ish. And as we keep getting into like November, December, like, well, daylight savings time is going to come, and that's going to really throw things off. And then by the time we get to like December, Shabbat will be starting at like 5. So we're kind of getting in the swing of things for Shabbat starting quite a bit earlier. So I don't have as much time as I did over the summer, but the same things still need to get done. So I'm gonna go ahead and start doing those things and just take you guys along and chat with you along the way. So let's go do the things. My oldest has been doing so much housework this week. Like, it'd be kind of a bet who did more, me or him. Okay, so really it is me, but he's been doing a ton. His favorite jobs right now are emptying the dishwasher, which is what you can see him doing right now, and putting away and doing laundry. I don't know why. Maybe he likes to do the machine, but laundry is one of my least favorite things to do, so this is working out really well for me. He's literally put away all the laundry this week. How cool is that? He does not like vacuuming or cleaning bathrooms. Can't really blame him there, but he does want to mop. So we'll see if I let him mop later today or if I do the mopping. But it is really fun to have this much help around the house. And I consider this very much part of our homeschool life, to teach them all how to do general homemaking things. And of course, there is my other helper, Bella, down there at the dishwasher, pre-washing the dishes. A few of y'all asked where she was during our trip, and I can't believe I didn't mention this, but she was with the trainer that weekend, getting a few new skills to help my son. Okay, kitchen is cleaned up a little bit. I've already started bathing the kids, even though it's not even lunchtime yet, but we are getting close. And mainly because I wanted to brush my daughter's hair, and that takes a really long time. So she went ahead and took her bath, and we did her hair this morning. So that is done. The boys are easy. They don't need my help. Okay, so now I'm going to bake bread. I baked bread yesterday, but I put it all in the freezer, except for what was sold. And then I have another order for today. So I'm baking fresh today for that. And then that will be our bread for Shabbat as well. So I won't even put that in the freezer. We are gonna be bringing one loaf of bread with us to dinner tonight because my son needs the gluten-free bread. Normally when we go out, we just bring him some rolls. I keep rolls in the freezer for him. But the family asked us if we would bring a whole loaf because they really enjoy the bread too. So of course I am happy to oblige, but I gotta make it. So let's go bake. I always suppose that it should seem like such a chore to bake bread, sometimes multiple times each week, but in general, once a week. But it's really not. I love baking the bread so much, especially when my kids help me. So this time, my youngest was helping me, my 3-year-old. So he came in and he was helping me to pour some ingredients into the mixer, and he would help me with counting and things like that. So again, I consider this all very much the life skills portion of homeschooling. My daughter's also getting really good at the bread baking, so that is really fun also. But today was not her turn. Today was going to be for me and my youngest. So that was super fun to be able to do that together with him today. I could tell when I got to this part of the baking that the dough was really, really good and it was going to be some awesome bread. Now, let me show you this new seasoning that I've been putting on it. It's called za'atar. Okay, so it's not really new. It's just one that I haven't been using for probably years on top of my challah. I used to use it when we first got married a lot, and then we just kind of quit using any toppings, and then we started using everything but the bagel, and then my kids sort of, I guess, got tired of that. They quit enjoying that one, so we're trying the za'atar this weekend, and we will see how that turns out. So after the bread was safely in the oven, the other major task on my list of things to do today was to make sure that I set up the game of Guess Who so that we would be able to play it over Shabbat. Games are such a fun way for the kids to pass the time on Shabbat, and it's such a fun thing for us to all do together as a family. And now, Guess Who is a new one for us. We just discovered this one last week while we were up at the tiny house vacation. But other games that we love are Jenga, Moose in the House, and Phase 10 or Uno, any kind of card games like that. Those are favorites for our family right now at our ages and stages. So those are games that we enjoy as the parents and that the kids enjoy playing and are able to play at their ages as well. Now, while I was in here putting this game together and the kids were eagerly awaiting, my husband went outside and I guess he picked up a package off of the porch, and then he brings it back inside, opens it up, and sets the contents down in front of me. For me?
Hi, how are you?
I could see right away what they were, but I went ahead and quickly finished putting the game together before I grabbed them to take a look more closely and see specifically what my present was. Okay, so my husband ordered me a couple of halacha books, a couple of Jewish law books. Now, this is Sephardi Jewish law, and this has not been something that we have seen in the past in English where I could read it very easily because all the ones that we have are in Hebrew. So I am so excited to have some of these books for my own. Our community rabbi had purchased already one of these books for me that was pertinent to the high holidays. And then my husband just purchased me the one for Hanukkah and for Passover. So now I have all of the rules here and I can read them and I'm so excited. So yes, I'm a huge nerd. I love to sit around and read Jewish law, but that is super, super fun for me. Jewish philosophy is also fun and things like that. But yeah, Jewish law, I can't get enough. I just sit around and read it for fun and it is so, so great. Okay, so it is about 1:30, 1:45 right now, and I've been pretty much keeping up with the editing of this video today. So like up until this part that I'm filming right now has all been edited and is ready to go. My kids are being a little wild and crazy in the other room. I am not sure what is going on because they were so politely and nicely and quietly playing Guess Who when I walked in here like, I don't know, 2 minutes and 8 seconds ago, according to the timer on my phone here. But that's where we're at right now. Anyways, okay, so now that it is getting towards 2 o'clock, there is one thing that I had promised my son that I would do today. This is like a big announcement that I have to share with you guys too. Okay. I don't know if anybody knows what this is off the bat. It's like really big in here. Okay, so my son and I have decided that we would like to play the bagpipes. We would like to learn how to play the bagpipes. We have absolutely no experience in this whatsoever. And it's quite an interesting instrument, let me tell you what. Okay, so I ordered us both some practice chanters and I've been talking to an instructor here in the area. We're definitely gonna need lessons because I am not good at this. So I watched some videos and was basically able to learn how to put this together properly, I think, and then make one note and also how to position my fingers on the holes. It's got little holes in it. It's very interesting. It's not like any instrument that I have ever played before. I have played piano, I have played the flute, and I have dabbled in other instruments as well. And this is unique to them all. So I am excited for this adventure. We'll see how far we get with this. But for now, we have our practice chanters, and I promised my son that I would help him learn how to play his first note as well. So, yeah.
Ma, that was like a flute.
It looks like a flute?
Yeah, it's like...
It's not, you play it like this though.
But there's not a noise.
Oh, I didn't make it. You want me to make a noise? Do you guys want to hear a noise? Okay, let me see if I can get my fingers on here correctly.
Yes.
And y'all can hear my noise. It's not a good noise. I'm just gonna warn you, I don't know if I'm doing this right, and I won't know until we can get into some lessons. Okay.
Yeah. That had to.
Is that good?
That had to.
Yeah?
My noise, didn't I?
It did make a noise. So anyways, that's all that I can do so far is put it together and do that. But I'm gonna turn the camera off now and go teach my son how to properly position his fingers on his practice chanter and make that first note with him.
Yeah, then I'll
really
do
cute.
that.
This one's mommy's. When you're bigger, I'm happy to get you one too.
No, you can share it when I bigger.
Oh, I can share it when you're bigger. I can share it. Yeah.
Because I love it.
You love it. Okay, so I'm gonna go grab my son, see if he's ready for this, and I know the answer is yes. And that's what's gonna happen for the next little bit now, and I'll check back with you guys a little bit later this afternoon. Bagpipe lessons were a huge success. We used a video online that the instructor had made that we're going to be using, and we learned the proper way to hold our fingers over the holes, the proper way to assemble and disassemble and clean our instruments, and how to make our first note. So that was a lot of fun, and my son super enjoyed it. I asked him if he wanted to do more, and he said no, but we had been doing it for about 30 minutes, so that totally made sense to me. So when we were done, I came in here to put the bread away. It had been sitting out and was nice and cooled. I put one loaf in the freezer because it turned out that I was going to have just like the one extra, but all the rest I'm going to be leaving out for Shabbat. I would also like to take this moment to ask you to please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I would love to see you here again, and make sure that you hit that bell so that you get all of your notifications when I post a new video, which is every Monday and Thursday, by the way. And please hit that like button, give this video a thumbs up if you are enjoying. It helps my channel out a lot, and it lets me know what kinds of videos you guys like to see. Okay, and back to this bread. One of these loaves I'm about to run down to our neighbor's house since they live so super close. I know I just checked she is home, so I'm going to drop that off so that she'll be able to warm it up again before Shabbat, because I'm not sure what time I'm going to go over there tonight. I'll probably head over there shortly after candle lighting just so we can hang out and all the kids can play, but we'll see what actually goes down here around candle lighting. But because we're going out to dinner tonight, hence this whole bringing bread down the street thing, I really don't have that much to do tonight, so I don't think that tonight will be very busy at all, and I'm quite looking forward to that. So after I finished walking the bread down to the neighbor's house, me and my youngest went. It was so much fun to hang out with him. I came back and started tackling just like all the little things that needed to get done. So first off, of course, was finishing this last load of laundry that just needed to be finished putting away. And then I went to vacuuming just the main parts of the house because I had vacuumed the entire house yesterday, but the kitchen needed it again. And I just wanted to run over the rooms that I was planning to mop. So while I was working on that, my husband started to get my candles ready for Shabbat. I call them my candles because it is my job to light them. In Judaism, the woman is the one who has the mitzvah of lighting the candles. If a man lives alone, if he doesn't have a wife or anything like that, like he will light his own candles. But when there is a woman around, it is her job to light the candles. So my husband is able to participate in this mitzvah by setting them up for me. And then while all this was going on, also after I finished all the vacuuming, my oldest son got to mopping the floors, and he had just the absolute time of his life doing this. All right, so I am out here in the garden watering. The sun is kind of starting to go down. The kids are out here playing, and we're pretty much ready for Shabbat. I ended up deciding not to do a dessert. The day just sort of got out of hand, and I didn't end up having time. So I'm gonna have to start getting on that dessert thing, I guess, a little bit earlier in the day. I will say it's so much more pleasant to be out here with all the weeds gone. It looks so much better. I'll show y'all here in just a second. Okay, so over in the first bed, I have a few tomato plants, and this plant actually has a tomato on it. So I'll be watching that closely for when that is ready to be picked. And then back behind that, I just have a little basil plant that my friend gave me and some walking onions. I intend to turn this entire bed into an herb garden next year. That is my plan. So all the herbs will get moved into there. And then over in this bed, I've just got some regular yellow onions over here, and then some zinnias, kind of what's left of them, and then a few pepper plants there in the back. And they're actually doing really well. So there were a couple of peppers that are ready to be picked. So I grabbed one of those. The other one I'm going to wait a little bit longer on. But this one I grabbed, and I have another one inside that I had picked yesterday. So we'll make some fun salads out of those for Shabbat lunch tomorrow. I'm pretty stoked about that. And then this bed is the one that I haven't touched yet. So nothing is growing in here that's edible, like food or anything. So it's just sitting there for now. And then here's some of my herbs. And there's a few more herbs back there. I've got my mint plant, which is doing spectacular. It's brand new, so it's really growing like a weed. And then my tiny little pathetic rosemary plant. The garden itself has definitely just kind of been on autopilot. I haven't really paid much attention to it this year. I do need to think about fall planting if I'm going to be doing any. I definitely want to, or if I just want to try to keep what I have here alive. So we'll see about that. But for now, I'm just going to finish up watering out here and then get inside, see about getting that table ready and get myself ready because Shabbat is coming soon. Okay, I just thought I would take this quick little moment to let you all know, if you didn't know this already, that I do include bloopers and outtakes at the end of my videos. I haven't done this since like the start of vlogging, but I've been doing it for a while now, and if you would like to see me make mistakes and funny words that come out of my mouth and funny things that happen when the camera's on here in my home, make sure you watch till the very end. All right, and that brings us to almost the start of Shabbat. So I'm all ready, the table's all ready, the house I think is all ready. I am just gonna do a quick run through of the house and make sure that the lights that are supposed to be on are on, the lights that are supposed to be off are off, and things like that. and then we'll light candles and we'll be off to dinner. So that's where we're at right now. Thank you all so much for watching today. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you in my next upload. We are gonna...
Can you do that in?
Sure. Okay, so my husband ordered... I feel like I almost threw that in my face. Really don't know what they're doing out there. Seriously, what are they doing out there? I'm sure it's fine. Okay. So, oh, they're totally popping like packaging plastic filled with air. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so now, can y'all give me like 1 minute? Or not? Okay, so now that it is getting up into
You know, my phone is sitting on setting. Oh, look. I am sitting that's on sale.
Yeah, you can sit in the yellow chair.
Yeah, you're not filming it.
I'm not filming it, that's right.
Then my phone is in it.
Okay, but you gotta be real quiet. Just for another minute, okay?